How excited are you, and how ready are you guys?
I'm very excited. Ready is one day at a time. I think as a coach, you can never have enough time to get ready. But I think it's time for us to actually start playing games.
What have you thought of the 2 exhibition games playing at Haas? What are the first kind of impressions been?
The thing we did, we played hard, we played with passion, we played with energy. And now, as we always talk about, we have to tighten up the screws and doing the little things. Moving the ball, attacking the rim, under control. Always trying to take the best shots available. I think in those 2 games, it presented a lot of opportunities to get a lot of easy looks. Sometimes it's not always the best thing. So the thing we try to coach those guys through, especially the last 10 minutes of the game, to move the ball, make that extra drive or the extra play to get a guy better look. I thought they tried to do that. Now, obviously, David Krabs didn't play as many minutes, which that was a plan to try to get other guys an opportunity. So now we play the guys according to plan, and if he's on the floor for 40 minutes, he's on the floor for 40 minutes.
Are those starting 5 going to be your 5 on Friday?
As of right now, unless somebody get injured, yes, that's the 5.
How do you evaluate Christian's progress?
I thought he's done a really good job. Probably one of our most improved guys. He's really going after rebounds in practice. He's playing hard. He's competing. He's fighting through injuries, fighting through fatigue. I think that was one of the biggest things I wanted to see from Christian, be able to fight through those injuries, small injuries in practice, and also fight through fatigue. He's done a good job. He's battling in the post. He's competing at a high level. So just really excited to see that. He's a guy I think has the potential to score the basketball. I just think it's a matter of him having the confidence to do it and feeling good about doing it.
Is Dwight healthy?
Yes.
Yes. We've noticed a couple of times in practice or even in the exhibition where he looks really winded.
Yes. Yes.
Is that just
well, he missed a couple of practices due to injury, but he's getting back to the point where we've talked about that. So the great thing about the good assessment, he's getting extra conditioning as we speak. So, but he was down for a bit. Now he's getting it corrected.
Plus, he came in later than everybody else too.
Pardon me?
He came in later than everybody else too, so he hasn't been through the trenches as much.
The condition, that sort of thing. Plus, he's also got it graduated, so he probably did a little vacation. But he's one of those guys that's putting extra work in to get ready.
How would you evaluate how Tyrone's done at the point?
Well, he's done a good job. I think 8 assists, 1 turnover. The minutes he's played, facilitating the basketball, getting to the lane, making plays. And the thing for me, when I talk to him about always being attack mode, because I think what happens, you program your mind, you don't have a point guard, it means you have to pass every time there's an opportunity. For him, in order for us to be successful, he has to attack the rim, put pressure on the defense and make plays, and then pass the ball, facilitate according to how the defense is planning. But he needs to be in attack mode in order for us to be successful.
In the past, when he attacked, it was out of a shooting guard role. Do you think he's comfortable seeing guys around when he attacks the basket and draws the defense to him, finding an open guy, slashing to the basket?
Well, I think so. But the thing I try to tell him, as well as the other guys, offense, you have to play the game. Take what the defense gives you. You don't have to force anything. Sometimes you have to make plays because he's a guy that can score the ball. So sometimes he has to make plays with 2 guys on him. He has to make tough shots. And that's fine. But for me, I tell him, let me do the thinking, you do the playing. I know he's an intelligent guy. But what happens when guys start thinking, what should I do if this happens? We try to script it in practice to run 2 guys at him, put him in uncomfortable situations. So in the game, he just plays. But I don't want those guys doing a lot of thinking offensively. You have to just play the game.
So he'll know when it's time to dump it off to somebody else.
Well, I like to think so. But again, he's playing the game. And it's what he feels. He's been playing for a long time. He's an intelligent young man. He knows how to play. So it's my job to put him in position. His job to make the plays.
How much of the offense have you guys installed?
Quite a bit. I would imagine about 70%. There's about 2 series of offense that we haven't done yet. But when we do it, it's a lot of breakdown drive, just going over. It's not a lot of 5-on-5 going against each other. Outside, we have 6 series of offense, different actions. We probably put in 4 of them.
Okay.
Do you know anything about the team you're playing Friday, Alcorn?
For me, with the guys, I recruited the coach, Luke. I recruited one of his players, Jarvis Summers, who's a starter for Ole Miss when I was at Missouri State. Going to Ole Miss and had a great career there. And the best player we recruited when I was at Missouri State. Yes.
Did you have any philosophy behind the minute distribution in the first couple of games, and is it likely to be much different in the regular season?
I'd imagine it'd be different when we start playing, but just try to balance that thing. I wanted to try to get Dave minutes where he's fresh, he's playing, he's in the game, he's engaged. But it wasn't a case when we went into the game as a coach, I said, Dave, I'll play you 15 minutes. We were playing the game. And I got to tell you guys, anytime we step on the floor, it's live and it's real. It's not scripted. So, but for us as a staff, I wanted to try to get Dave some minutes, play him early in the second half, try to take him out, depending on how the game was flowing in the second half, put him back in, just to keep him mentally engaged. Same way with Tyrone and those other guys. We just try to get fresh legs. But I wanted to try to get Christian, but he got in foul trouble in the second game early. Christian, Kingsley, and Dwight, wanted to try to get those guys a lot of minutes if we could have.
Are you feeling like all four of those will be in your big man rotation?
I think so, and I think in some cases, depending on who we're playing, because Roger will be in the mix as well, because I think Roger has a chance to be an elite defender, and depending on who he's going against at that fourth position, was a really big guy, I'm not sure, but I think as far as guarding guys, keeping in front, I think Roger's tough enough to do it.
Can he play a couple positions?
I think so. I think he'll be a 3 or 4 for us, without a doubt. I think sometimes you have a traditional big, and then where it's just Kingsley or just David at the center position. If you go 4 guards, I consider Roger a guard, but I think he can defend the other big
He's
guys.
long enough, even though he doesn't have the weight.
Yes, but I think he's active, he's aggressive, and he can put pressure on guys that way.
Has he been almost a surprise in terms of maybe his potential, his ceiling that you've seen?
I'm not sure about that because I didn't see him play a lot last year. He didn't
Sure.
play a lot of minutes, but I think sometimes, with freshmen, there's nothing wrong with not playing. Somebody who probably was better that played in front of you. And I think in his case, he put the time in the summer, and he got better. You see his athleticism, the way he runs the floor. I think for him, is to become an elite slasher. He has that ability, an elite defender, and everything else is bonus as far as this year's concerned. Because I think he can make a shot, but I don't want him to rely on the shot consistently.
He looks a lot more confident than he was last year. I mean, last year he looked lost.
And I think just a year on this belt of going through it, seeing it, and I think now just playing relaxed, and hopefully we can keep him on the floor, give him some of those minutes. And, how many determines how well he plays. But I think he continues to get better every day because he plays extremely hard.
So if you go with a 4-guard thing and you have him in, that means you don't have to use Tyrone defensively on a 4, right?
We could, depending on who it is.
But you could use Roger.
Roger, yes. But there's one thing we talk about our guards, it doesn't matter who it is, there are no mismatches for us. Defense, you have to guard everybody. So we don't allow that to creep in your mind thinking, well, this is a big guy, I can't guard. You got to guard anybody.
Is there an update on Chaka's eligibility?
As of right now, no. So we're still waiting on the NCAA clearance for us.
Did they give you a timetable on when you're going to tell you one way or the other?
No, not at all. You work with the NCAA before, so we don't know. We'll wait and see.
They're really straightforward, huh?
Yeah, I just think it's just a matter of when they say it. We've done our compliance has done a great job as far as getting information, gathering information. We'll just wait and see.
Are you able to tell us, is it an academic situation?
Not at all. Not at all. Not at all.
Is it an extra benefits thing, or what's the
I don't
nature of
think
the
so.
hang-up?
I don't think so. It's definitely not academics, and I don't think it's an extra benefit thing either.
Just he hasn't cleared through the system.
Not at all.
Is that because he's signed late, or why?
No, many guys signed late. I don't
Yeah.
think that's the case either. That's definitely not
They
the
didn't give
case.
an explanation for what's holding it up?
They gave us an explanation, but again, it's the NCAA, so I have to wait until clearance to speak clearly about that, yes. In case we realize to say this to the media, this is what you hear every day. I mean, we talk about trademarks, so now I think the consistency of a program, a player hears something every day, and that's what it is. I think if you have to draw it up and say it and write it down as a coach, it's not very good, but I think if you saying it, and it becomes a part of the DNA, so to speak, and I think that's what it is. So if they send attack, I think attacking is on both ends of the floor. You have to be aggressive, you have to be assertive.
Is that the trademark?
One of them.
What are
It's not the blueprint, it's just one of the words.
what are some of the?
Defend, rebound, play hard, play together. You have to do that all the time.
Okay.
Defend, rebound, play hard, play together. As long as you wear that jersey, you have to do that all the time.